Hi guys, and welcome to my 34-week pregnancy update. There's been like a little bit of excitement happening this week. Not excitement, like I'm definitely not excited, but like a little bit to fill you in on. Obviously you all know that I've been suffering with my hips, with my SPD. We had a little bit of drama with that. I ended up having to go to the hospital to get checked out. And let me tell you, the doctors are absolutely no help. The midwives are lovely. All the midwives I've seen are so nice and so like considerate, and obviously there isn't much they can really do for SPD. But the reason I went in was because on this certain day, it was I believe like Wednesday, I literally couldn't move a muscle. Like I don't know what happened. I had literally had to text and say like I need someone to come now, because obviously I had snow and I literally couldn't move. But like slowly it started to come back, like even like moving my arms and stuff, like the pain was just excruciating. I couldn't physically move, and then like the movement started to come back a little bit with like I could move my arms and stuff, but the pain stretched from like right up in my rib cage all the way down. And so obviously that was a bit weird. So I rang the maternity the pregnancy assessment unit, who told me to come down and get checked. They were all really nice and everything, and then the doctor came and literally was just like, nothing we could do, go home. So I was there for like ages waiting, having all these tests, and they walked in and they were like, no. And I've explained that I'm literally in agony. I'm struggling to walk now, and I just think they just have no sympathy for people. Obviously I know there's not much they can do, but do you know what I mean? Like, give me a wheelchair or something, or at least be sympathetic. Like the doctors are just absolutely horrible. She was a really horrible woman, and just she was rude to the midwife who'd been looking after me, who'd been so nice. And anyway, and then not the next day but the day after, I rang, well the next day I rang the doctors to say like, look, I've rang the midwives, I've been to the hospital, blah blah, it's just getting worse and worse, what can I do? So they made me an appointment for the following day. So like I rang that day, but I missed a day and then I went because they like did a pre-bookable one. And I went to see the doctor, and I said, I know you're gonna say you can't do anything, but like, can you do something? I need something like crutches or anything to like help me just be able to walk, like the school run and stuff. Like when I have the pushchair, I can kind of like put my weight on that, but when it's just me, it's so hard to walk. Getting up off the sofa, you know, just having something just to help a little bit. And they were like, well yeah, I agree. Like they did like all these tests like on my hips and everything. I was like, yeah, that it hurts. And they were like, yeah, we agree that's what you need, but we can't give it to you. They should have made you an appointment with the midwife. And I was like, well, I rang the doctors and said, can I see my midwife? And they said, oh, that's not something the midwives deal with, that's something you got to make a doctor's appointment. So I walked out of the doctors to the reception and I said, the doctors told me I need to see a midwife, is there a midwife in? They were like, yeah, we've got midwives in, but unfortunately it's appointment only because it's Saturday. And it was just Saturday. And then I was like, okay, but could you see, like, you just, I don't know, like the midwives are in, but they wouldn't let me do, I don't know. I said, well, they've said I need to see a midwife. So I literally went to my car in the car park, rang my midwife, who was based at the surgery I was at, and she was talking to me and she was like, oh, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I don't have my maternity book because I'm actually at the doctor's right now. She says, oh, what doctor's you at? And I said, my doctor's. She was like, oh, bless you, come on in. So I walked back in and I looked at the receptionist, like, walked past them. I was like the way that they had receptionists, like it was two women who they were okay. They were just a bit like, no sorry. And then this man came in and chirped up and he was like, it's appointment, and like, fair enough, but like, be nice and considerate. Like, I haven't got enough already to be dealing with. I've come in pain, just wanting some help. Like, he could have at least said it in a nice way, do you know what I mean? So I was, ugh. So anyway, So I went to see her, explained everything, said I've been to the midwives hundreds of times, I've mentioned it hundreds of times, I've rang up hundreds of times, I've been to the hospital, I've been to the doctors, is there anything they can do? And they recommend obviously physio. I was like, yes, I know, but what are they actually going to do? Because it's not exercise physio or like activities, it's literally them talking you through how to minimize the pain. And obviously I've been told all that before, I have the internet, I know the things not to do and what you're supposed to do to make it feel better. Like, I've tried everything. But then she explained that in order to get kind of like crutches, like an aid to help, I have to go to have the physio appointment, and they are the ones that give them to you. And however, I remembered from a few weeks back that there was a 6-week wait for physio, and obviously I'm 34 weeks pregnant, which means 34 weeks pregnant, which means I only have 6 weeks left. So I was like, so she sent it through as an urgent physio request for like crutches and things, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a like a phone call so that I can go and get seen. Like, whether or not they're going to give me crutches or not, I don't know. The doctors agreed and the midwife agreed, so like fingers crossed. And if they don't, then I'm just going to go and buy myself some, because at this point, like, my poor hips and pelvis and lady foo and everything, yeah. So that's that. Oh, and one thing that I did actually manage to get this week from a company called Baby Go is a pelvic support band. Thank the Lord. I don't know why I didn't get one sooner. So this goes around your baby bump, and then it has 3 different like straps depending on how much support you want. So you have the first strap, which is recommended for like the first trimester and second trimester and stuff. Then you get the bigger strap, and then you get the one that goes over your bump to like lift it even higher. So I've been wearing the whole thing, and it just kind of like lifts it a bit. I mean, it's only early days, so I can't say whether it's like massively helping or not, but when you get it on, it definitely kind of makes you just feel more secured. Like, you just feel more like, I don't know, like a helping hand, like somebody's just lifting your bump a bit for you and helping you. So I got one of those. I don't know why it took me so long to get one, but I've got one and it's here and I've been using it, so that's good. What else? So obviously the weeks are ticking on now. My first was born at 36 weeks and Snowy was born just after 37, so literally we could only be doing a few more of these videos, which is like exciting and also scary, because, you know, if you've had birth before, if you've given birth before, that obviously it is not the nicest of experiences to go through. So as we're getting closer and closer, I'm getting a little bit more nervous, and I am not prepared at all. Obviously I have all the baby stuff still because of my daughter, who's only 10 months old, but I need to go through it all, obviously get the newborn stuff out, get everything ready, pack my hospital bag, that's not done yet. Name, still no name. You will know when I know. But yeah, mainly just the hospital and doctor's appointments, which is anything really to write home about this week. Nothing really much more exciting has been going on. Oh, one thing which is getting a lot worse is heartburn. Like, at night time I could get it a little bit in the day and it's like a bit like acidy in my throat, but at night time it is evil. Like, I've never experienced anything like it in my life. I've never had heartburn before in my life until I was pregnant with Snow, and I only got that like mild, like, and now it's like horrible. Like, I don't think it's heartburn, I think it's acid reflux, but I don't know what the difference is. But it's like here, and it's horrible. Like, I don't even know how to compare the sensation to anything else, other than it's pure not nice. And yeah, obviously I'm getting bigger, my tummy is stretching bigger, I'm struggling to sleep, my sinuses are still playing up quite bad. Like I said last time, I've got one of them jade rollers to try and help like clear any of that fluid stuff. I'm not sure off the top of my head what it's called, but like I said, I'm not sure if it's working or if it's just quite soothing, you know, because the jade stone is, well, I let it get really cold, because obviously when you put it on your face it adjusts to your skin temperature. So like after you've used it for like a few minutes it's like warmed up, but I leave it to sit, and like sometimes I'll put it like next to the back door, like so it purposely gets really cold, and then when you put it on, and it's just so soothing when you've got like face ache and headache and all of that good stuff. So it does help, even if it's not actually doing anything to do with that liquid stuff. Like at least it's like, you know, just like soothing on the sinuses. And yeah, my breasts have started producing milk again, to the point where obviously, well, not obviously, but I personally choose not to wear a bra. Like often I'll wear bras when I put on t-shirts to go out, if you can see my nipples. If you can't, then I don't, and around the house I definitely don't. And it's got to that point now where like I have like massive wet patches, like not all the time, but like I'll look down and be like, oh, okay. So they've started like producing the milk. They've also got very veiny, like really veiny. They were always quite veiny, my boobs are, but they are like blue, like tree branches just flowing all from my chest. It's all covered in blue veins, so that's like all happening. This one seems to be producing a lot more than this one at the minute, but I'm guessing that's just how it goes. The other one will catch up, I guess. And this one is getting a lot bigger than this one is too. But other than that, I think that is about everything to update you on this week. And before I forget to show you guys, this is going to be my 34-week bump. Let's see if you can see it from where you are. We'll lean on here so you can see I am getting very big, very round, very big baby bump now. So if you want to follow my Instagram, I'll make sure to link it down below as always. And if not, and you want to wait for the next update, then that will hopefully be next week. I'm trying to do these at least weekly now until the baby comes, because obviously we could only have like a matter of 2 or 3 updates left. So that will be exciting. And then there will be the birth vlog. So that should be exciting. We'll try and vlog the birth anyway. I've had very fast labours, like minutes fast. So if we remember, well, if we have time to put the camera up, get everything blah blah, we will. I'm going to try and film as much as possible. But yeah, but I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, so I'm going to hopefully do a lot more of these updates, at least trying to remember to do them weekly, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.